I'm going to help explain to you what consciousness is, who you are as consciousness, who you are as God, so you understand and understand that you are so much more than your life experiences, and therefore don't continue to victimize yourself as this person who cannot create this life of abundance for themselves. Hey y'all, it is the goddess aka Divinity's hottest check back, and I hope that I'm having a nice day. I'm your favorite spiritual guide and teacher here to help you understand who you are as a spiritual multidimensional being so you can live your best life. Okay, now in this video I am breaking down how you are consciousness and you are God and you and consciousness are not separate, but you are the same. Why am I doing this? Because I am here again as your favorite spiritual guide and teacher to not only help you understand who you are as a spiritual multidimensional being, let me turn the camera this way, but to also help you manifest your desires. How are you going to manifest your desires? By knowing who you are. Because when you know who you are, when you know that you're not your ego, when you know that you're not your experience, and I mean really understand that, not understand it, you're no longer going to be a victim to who you believe that you are, which is your life experiences. Because oftentimes people think that their life experiences define them. And so it keeps them stuck in their past, which keeps them in this scarcity and lack mindset, which prevents them from aligning with their highest self. And their highest self is aligned with the truth. Their highest self is aligned with their desires. Their highest self is aligned with abundance, joy, peace, happiness, love. But when you are so stuck in who you think that you are, which is your ego, when you are so stuck in your past, limitations, beliefs, perceptions, etc., and you think that that makes you who you are, you allow it to keep you stuck there. So in this video, I'm going to help explain to you what consciousness is, who you are as consciousness, who you are as God, so you understand that you are so much more than your life experiences, and therefore don't continue to victimize yourself as this person who cannot create this life of abundance for themselves. Abundance is owed to you. It is your birthright. It is a non-negotiable. And after you get done with this video, I am so positive that you're going to understand that. Now, let me know if you have questions in the comments below. When you are ready to work with me one-on-one, you can click the link in my description below. I currently offer spiritual counseling, also readings and digital products. So whenever you feel called, definitely make sure you click the link in that bio, and I look forward to working with you. If you are new to the tribe and you are feeling the vibe, do not hesitate to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Now let's get right into it. So the whole point of this video is to get you to understand the foundational truth of who you are as a spiritual multidimensional being, to help lead you to your own enlightenment, but also to help you in the long run of manifestation. That's a byproduct of understanding this concept. So you first have to understand that you are God, okay? You are God. You are not separate from God. God is all things. God is the trees, the waters, your neighbors, the house that you live in. God is everything, because everything comes from source, which is God. Everything could not exist without there being this powerful, energetic source which has created everything. You may refer to it as God. You may refer to it as the creator. You may refer to it as source. Whatever you refer to it as, none of this video could not even exist without the source, which is what you are. You are not separate, okay? And that source is consciousness. So you are God. God is consciousness. You are consciousness. You are God. Do we understand that? So what is consciousness? Consciousness, just as God, because they're not separate, they're all interchangeable, is all things. And more specifically, consciousness is the foundation through which all mental states can be experienced, i.e. the avenue or the vehicle in which reality itself could be experienced. So without consciousness, you would not be able to perceive this video. You would not be able to perceive yourself in your human experience or anything. So consciousness is the foundation through which everything happens. Then you have the faculty of awareness, which is the faculty of consciousness that allows consciousness to perceive and experience all mental states. So this black circle represents consciousness, which is all things. So everything that you could ever desire or think of is within this black circle, okay? And because consciousness is all things, think of these flashlights as awareness. And awareness is simply just shining a light on a specific aspect of consciousness, right? So because consciousness is all things, in order for consciousness to experience different aspects of itself, it needs the faculty of awareness in order to do so. Now, you have a poor person, right? Which is truly just an abundant person playing in the illusion of a poor person. And then you also have an abundant person. What is the difference between these two? Both of them come from the same thing. They have a consciousness, all right? They are consciousness. They both come from the same thing. Now, the difference between the two is that they are using a rearrangement of the I am, a rearrangement of God in order to perceive a specific aspect of consciousness, okay? In this case, this poor person, which is really consciousness, is using their faculty of awareness to put their attention on being sad, experiencing scarcity, feeling not good enough, and experiencing fear, which ultimately creates this self-concept of a poor person, okay? Which they think is who they are, which refers to ego. The ego is an individualized expression of God, which creates this illusion of separation. So they create this illusion of separation by putting their awareness as consciousness on being sad, scarcity, not feeling good enough, and living in fear. Okay. Now, it's not that they are these things. It's that they are using the faculty as the all that is, as God, to perceive and become aware of these things, and therefore creating that experience. Whereas an abundant person is using this same consciousness to focus its awareness on abundance, happiness, joy, love, and peace. And therefore, they're creating a reality where they are experiencing abundance, happiness, joy, love, and peace. Now, the difference between these two people is they are the same. Okay, they are the same in the sense that they are consciousness itself. They are God. But both of them are choosing to use the faculty of awareness to focus on an aspect of consciousness, which creates this individualized experience. One who's experiencing joy, abundance, happiness, peace. The other who's experiencing sad, scarcity, not good enough, fear, etc. Now, your physical reality is simply just a tangible reflection of your energetic state. So what allows this poor person to experience this identity of being poor is that they have an energetic state that says, I'm sad, I lack, I'm not good enough, I fear. And so because they're shining a light on this, they are going to experience that in physical reality. Whereas again, this abundant person uses their awareness to focus on all these amazing things and therefore project and emanate an energy out to the universe, which reflects back to them an abundant reality. So I'm creating this video because I want to help lead you towards your own enlightenment and understand who you are as a spiritual multidimensional being. Okay, because once you have that foundational understanding, you are going to be able to create the reality that you want for yourself. But first, you have to understand who you are. So what you are, who you are, is God. Okay, you may have heard of God be referred to as source, okay, as consciousness. Whatever you have referred it to, you are God. That is what you are. God is all things. Everything that you are experiencing in your physical experience is God. It has a consciousness, and it all comes from the one source that is God, right? Consciousness is God. Consciousness and God are interchangeable, but you are also God. You are simply just an aspect of God experiencing itself in order to know itself. All right. Consciousness is the foundation through which all mental states can be experienced. Why is this important? Because everything in your physical reality is a projection of your mental state. Your mental state it emanates an energy. It puts you in a certain energetic state and therefore sends out a vibration, puts you on a frequency, which allows you to then experience that reality being reflected back to you. Now, in other words, consciousness is just the vehicle through which reality can be experienced. Without consciousness, we could not perceive life. You could not be watching this video. You could not even perceive or be aware of yourself. So consciousness is the foundation through which all mental states can be experienced and through which life itself can be experienced. All right. Now we have awareness. Awareness is the faculty of consciousness that allows consciousness to be able to perceive and experience all mental states or be able to experience itself. So while consciousness is the foundation through which reality can exist, in order for consciousness to be aware of itself, it needs the faculty of awareness in order to experience itself. Consciousness being God. Then we have the ego, which creates this illusion of separation. You are God, I am God, we're all God. A lot of you believe that your ego is who you are, and it's not who you are. It simply exists to help you create an individualized expression so God can experience and see life through your perspective. And then we have physical reality, which is simply just the tangible reflection of one's energetic state. So again, you would not be able to perceive your physical reality without awareness, which is a faculty of consciousness. All right. Now let's move over to the left side of the board. We see again that consciousness represents all things. God is all things. God is consciousness. You are consciousness. You are God. They are not separate from each other. Now, how does that show up in reality? Most of you relate so heavily to your ego that you think that your past experiences, which have shaped who you are, define who you are, which prevents you from manifesting and creating your dream life because you are living your life based off of your past. And your past is simply just an experience. Your past is simply just something that your consciousness is living in an illusion of in order to create this idea of separation and to experience itself. You are here to experience. You are here because God wanted to experience itself through you. Now, we have two different people. We have a poor person and we have an abundant person. Why is it that some people are very wealthy, right? Monetarily, they get all the success, and other people are not? Because while both people are actually the same, they think that they're separate because the ego creates this idea of separation, but they're really the same thing because both are consciousness. But the difference between the two is that one person is using their awareness to focus on abundance, happiness, joy, peace, and love, whereas another person is using their awareness as consciousness to focus on sadness, scarcity, not being good enough, and fear. So while they are both consciousness, they're not separate from each other. They are using their ability to create as the I am to rearrange consciousness in order to perceive an aspect of consciousness that already exists. This person is perceiving an aspect of consciousness that creates scarcity, not being good enough, fear, sadness, etc. Whereas this person is focusing on an aspect of consciousness that already exists where they are experiencing abundance, happiness, joy, love, peace. Now, why does this matter and how does that refer to or relate to manifestation? Because most of you are trying to manifest things and you don't think that it's possible for you because you define yourself by your ego, which is defined, most of you, by your past experiences. And so you allow your past experiences to define who you are, which prevents you from even realizing that you have access to abundance, happiness, joy, and peace, just like this abundant person does. But because you limit yourself to your past experiences, you think that makes you who you are. And so you don't realize that you already have access to abundance, happiness, and peace, but you are choosing as consciousness to put your awareness on lack. And so because that is where you are choosing, yes, it is a choice, you are choosing to put your awareness on lack, even though you also have the ability to put your awareness on abundance. You're just choosing not to because you're allowing your past experiences of lack, of the illusion of lack, make you believe that all you can experience is this life is lack, when you are not your ego, you are God, and you are simply thinking that your past experiences define you when they only shape your reality. They don't make your reality. Your past experiences have nothing to do with the future that you're creating. They have absolutely nothing to do with it. But so many of you are so attached to your ego and your past life experience that you think that that makes you who you are, and it doesn't. You think that it determines what you can have, right? What you can create for yourself, and it doesn't. Most of you think, oh, manifestation will never work for me. I'm just going to live a life full of scarcity. I'm not good enough. I can never get ahead. But that's only because you, as God, as consciousness, is choosing to continuously put your awareness on all these different things. So that's what physical reality has to reflect back to you, because it can only show you your energetic state. It can only reflect back to you your energetic state. So what do you have to do as consciousness? You have to move your awareness from scarcity to abundance. And as you continue to put your energy and attention on abundance, you will start to see that that changes your energetic state. And therefore, physical reality has to then reflect back to you your new energetic state. Do we get that? Let me know in the comments below. I really want y'all to understand this and understand this, and not really even for manifestation, because as you grow spiritually, you will realize that everything you seek is already in you. But that's another conversation for another day. But so many of you are so attached to your ego, allowing you to experience abundance when you already have access to it. You simply are just not putting your awareness on what already exists. Because you are consciousness, you are God, God consciousness, you are all things. So you lack nothing. All you have to do is shift your awareness from what you think you lack to what actually exists and what is actually here, which is abundance. I make these videos for y'all because I want you to know ultimately that you have the power. The power has always been in you as a spiritual guide and teacher, as a healer, as an intuitive, as a person who is here to help not only raise the consciousness of the earth, but lead you to your own enlightenment. You have the power. My job is to give you the tools to empower yourself, because you already have everything that you need. You just need to know and remember, not even know, because you already know on a soul level. You need to remember consciously who you are so you can get all that you desire. And when you truly know who you are, the things that you want start to change because you realize that you don't like anything to begin with. But again, like I said in the video, we will talk about that at a later date. For now, most of you are here to manifest your desires, and I'm here to help you get that because you deserve that. It's owed to you. It's your birthright. It's a non-negotiable. So I trust that this video was helpful for you. And matter of fact, I'm so confident that I want you to let me know in the comments below what you found in this video that was helpful. Not only will this help you to remember, because repetition is key when it helps you to remember what you learned, but also it will help me to push this video out to other people who are also on the spiritual awakening journey and the spiritual journey in general to remember who they are. You are God. You are limitless. You are balanced. There is nothing that you cannot do. And I'm just here to remind you of that. I'm simply a reflection of what you already know to be true. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm wishing you the absolute best in your healing journeys. Again, when you are ready to work with me one-on-one, whether that's facing fear, right? Releasing your past limitations, right? Manifesting your desires, whatever it is, click the link in the description. I am so excited to work with you. I love you to life. Like I said, I'm wishing you the absolute best in your healing journeys. This is the Goddess signing F out, and I will talk to you soon.